develop more about the diet. Yo, YouTube. I really don't know what's going on today. My phone just fall, and yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Let's see, why is it falling like this? Yeah, let's do it here. Okay, guys. Today we are going to talk about diet and nutrition. Okay, so we're going to answer the question for busy people who want to lose fat but they're struggling with diet and nutrition. So I'm just selecting 5 questions that I ask people to ask, so I can helping you live. Okay, so we have only 5 questions. We try to answer less than 10 minutes, and then I'll see you tomorrow for another Bengo live. Okay, let's get into the question now. What is the easiest fat loss diet for someone with no time to cook? Okay, guys, the best easy fat loss diet that you can do, first of all, if you can't cook, it's a bit of problem, because I'm telling you, eating outside or having takeaways is not gonna match your goal, especially when you try to lose fat. Okay, so what I advise to do is, the best way to try to go on a very nice diet is to have a meal plan. Okay, you prep your meal in advance. You can't tell me you wake 7 days to 7 days, you have no day off or no time for you, at least 2 hours or something like that. So make sure on your day off you cook all your protein, right? Because the protein is the most things that take a bit of time. You can cook all your protein, and you cook maybe 3 days rice or sweet potatoes, no matter which one you prefer to eat. So having a meal plan is gonna be very nice. A meal prep in advance is gonna be very nice. It's gonna help you lose fat. Prep your meal in advance. The day that you're not waking, you cook all protein, you cook maybe carbs for 3 days. You make everything is sharp, because with protein, with meat, you can cook it and then still eating it for 7 days. Okay, so that's the first tip. And then second one, to answer this question, what is the easiest fat loss diet? Okay, the easiest fat loss diet that you can do can be reducing your carbs slowly. I'm not saying deleting your carbs, because a proper diet, it's mixed with carbohydrates. Okay, just reducing your carbs very slowly throughout the process. Okay, you start with, let's say you start with 300 grams of carbohydrates, and then after a week, if you're still moving, if your body is still moving, you're still losing, you maintain that. But if you realize, like, okay, now my body is not changing, nothing is moving, now you can take maybe 50 grams from the 300. So meaning you're left with 250 grams of carbs per day. Okay, so you take it like that. If you see now you're not moving, you can drop down. Okay, so carbohydrates is very important in the diet. When you want to lose fat, you don't need to delete it at all. Okay, so second question, you have to count calorie to lose fat. So that's very important. So do you have to count calorie to lose fat? That's very, very nice question, because when it comes to dieting, people always stress about counting calorie and stuff like that. But my side, I don't count calorie. Why? Because I've been through dieting a lot. So by seeing, I can see exactly how many portions, even though it's not gonna be right exactly, but it's gonna be close to what I always eat, because I know the portion. I can see this rice as well. I can say, okay, this is a 300 grams of rice cooked. I can see a portion of chicken breast. I know this is 100 grams. So because of experience. But honestly speaking, to lose fat, you need to count calorie, because So yeah, to lose fat, like the question said, do I have to count calorie to lose fat? Yes, you have to count calorie to lose fat, because how do you know if you're on deficit calorie or not? Because the bottom line is to be on deficit calorie. The calorie in versus out. So the balance has to be negative for you to lose fat. So imagine now if you don't count calorie, how are you going to know the portion of the food or what are you putting in your body? That is most of people problem now. They're saying they're eating healthy, but they don't lose fat. Why? Because they don't count calorie. You can still gain as long, even though you eat healthy, because your body doesn't know. Your body, as long as too much, it's gonna store that extra food as a fat, as a source of energy later on when you be starving. So counting calorie, yes, you have to count calorie for you to lose fat. Okay, let's go for question number 3. What are some quick fat loss friendly meal I can make in under 10 minutes? So to answer that question, it can be a shake. It can be a shake under 10 minutes. You can mix, you can have a shake. If you will say in terms of meal, the easiest meal to make under 10 minutes can be sweet potatoes, and then chicken breast, and then broccoli, because that's at the very fast way. Less than 10 minutes you'll be done. So you can just you take your sweet potatoes, normal potato, you remove the skin, and then you put it in water, boil it, or you can put it in microwave. And then on the other side, you can take your chicken breast, you slice it small, and then you fry it. On the other side, you can put also broccoli, boil it, you know. So less than 10 minutes, you have your meal ready. So people who doesn't have the time or like to eat fresh meal, you can go for that, or you can just have a shake, take a scoop of whey protein, banana, everything that you want to mix inside there. Okay, so let's go for question number 4. Are meal replacement shake effective for fat loss? Are meal replacement shake effective for fat loss? Yeah, if you can manage to do shake, yeah, but you know, when we are on low calorie, sometimes drinking shake, it's gonna be digesting very fast, you know, instead of you maybe having a meal, let's say rice and chicken or any source of protein, because shake it's a liquid, you know, even though it bring the nutrients straight to the body very fast, but it's a liquid, so your body's gonna digest it very fast. That's one. Most of the time, I like to advise to my clients, like when you are on cutting phase, what you have to do is more go for a real food, a real meal, you know, instead of you investing on more shakes, because shakes it's first of all digestible very fast. A meal can last you maybe 2-3 hours, 4 hours before you get to your next meal. But when you drink a shake, it's very liquid. So for me, we can replace a shake for a meal, especially on cutting phase. We can't do that, because I'm telling you, once your calories are very small, we try to stay full longer, you know. We don't want to take something and then boom, after a few minutes you digest it and then you feel craving, you feel empty again. Okay, so let's take the last question and then we're gonna done this live, because it's 10-minute live. Remember guys, drop your comment, drop what are you struggling here live or on the last post. It can be short, it can be long video. Just drop any question you have there, and then I'll pick that question and then answer it live tomorrow, because those are the questions that I pick from people who ask. Okay, so let's go for one last question. Okay, can I eat carbs and still lose fat? That's nice guys, because this story of carbs, people are confusing a lot, you know. So this is a very nice question. Can I eat carbs and still lose fat? Yes, you can. It's not carbs are not your enemy, guys. You need to make it clear. Carbs are not your enemy. carbs are there to provide energy in your body. Okay, so cutting carbs on cutting phase or losing fat phase, it's understandable, because you can go on keto diets or whatsoever, low fat or high fat diet. But for me, I prefer like having carbs, because there's nothing that can replace the energy that the carbohydrate bring to your body. Besides the energy, there's also nutrient that you can find it in carbohydrates that will help you on fat loss process. So carbs are not your enemy. Yes, you can lose fat and you're eating carbs in the cutting phase, as long you are on deficit. The bottom line, guys, it's being on deficit. As long you are deficit, obviously you can lose fat. Thank you guys for today. I think we're gonna end here, and then I'll see you guys tomorrow for another live. So stay tuned, because tomorrow I think we're gonna talk. I will just see the question that people ask, and then we just gonna reply from there. Okay, I hope you guys will love it. So if you just join now, just make sure you upload this live, and then you're gonna see the all 5 questions and the answer that can help you also. And then make sure, guys, you follow if you like, you subscribe to the YouTube channel, and then you view, because we preparing something very big. I'm competing very, very soon, and then it's gonna be very special, and then I need you guys to support with your views, with your likes, with your sharing, because that's gonna help me invest more in the competition and stuff like that. So bring you more value content, more stuff, more experience, because I always say I experiment something on me, and then I come tell you guys, because this is all natural, you know. We do it all natural, nothing else. We make sure we do it proper, natural. So make sure you share the video, you share, you like, you see the video, because the view is very important. I'm a couple of weeks away from my next show as a natural athlete for almost 10 years, being naturally, and then yeah. So wish me luck, and then I'll share with you, because this competition is very, very important for me. It's very special for me. Okay, guys, like you always know the song, stay sexy, be strong, power.